to Rhythm and Roads podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. We have a very special guest. We have actor Hunter Redfern from Toxemia. Welcome, sir, to Rhythm and Roads.
Hello, how we doing?
Good, man. Appreciate you coming on. And I've heard great things about you and great things about this film, too. So I'm looking forward to interviewing the director, Trisha, and I believe also the makeup artist, Kirsten. So that's going to be fun.
Kirsten's
Uh,
awesome. So is Trisha. But
oh, cool, man. But yeah, let's get started, brother. On your story, the journey from the beginning of who or what inspired you to pursue acting.
from the beginning, huh? Narcissism, probably. No. No, I remember dude, growing up I would do show choir, theater, all that in high school. But even before that, I would see comedians on stage or like on just on TV. Like I'd
Okay.
watch comedians with my family, grandpa, all them. And I remember seeing that and be like, man, I want to make people laugh. I want to be in front of people and just do stuff.
Yeah.
And so, with that kind of like in the back of my head, while growing up, it got me into show choir, theater, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And once I graduated high school, I wound up thinking to myself, like, okay, this is 100% what I want to do. I want to do film,
Hmm.
or, stand up, but film probably more. And I was like, okay, but I wasn't really like full on for it, I
Oh, okay.
guess.
Okay.
Maybe not like I didn't have the mindset I have right now. And so my plan was, okay, I'm gonna get a 4-year degree.
Okay.
And then, if I'm not um if this doesn't work out by like 60 or 70, I'll just be a history teacher and coach football or something.
Hey, that's all right.
That's what all the history teachers do. And so I wound up getting my degree and then going just head on into acting. And
Okay.
I'm kind of happy I did because I got a history degree. So
Yeah.
I read a lot and dissected a lot of material.
Mm.
And it kind of helped me do that with scripts and kind of like get more in tune with every script that I read.
All right.
And yeah, then I full on just laser focused on that acting. And yeah, here we are, three
Here we
three
are.
years after, three and a half, 3 years after just graduating.
Really? Well, I do want to ask what interests you to want to pursue getting a degree in history.
I don't know, man. I liked medieval stuff,
Oh, really? Okay.
and I didn't actually study any medieval stuff because they didn't offer any of those classes. So I think originally
Yeah.
I don't know, I wound up taking a lot of Jewish comedy. So
First comedy?
yeah, they my University of North Carolina Wilmington offered a lot of Jewish history classes,
Oh, wow.
and one of the teachers actually taught a lot of like obviously Jewish history, but for the upper level classes going through Jewish comedy.
Hmm.
So I wound up one of my last probably my last class was looking over like Larry David, like we watched Curb Your Enthusiasm, Seinfeld,
Oh, man.
Woody Allen,
Oh, yeah.
and just looked at all that stuff, and it was really fun, and it
Oh, I
helped
bet,
kind of
man.
get a more of a universal outlook on comedy.
Okay. Have you ever done any comedy stand-up?
Yes, I before the pandemic, I wound up actually while I was in college, I was like, okay, I need a hobby.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I didn't do film, but I wound up just going to the stand-up clubs
Yeah.
and just doing open mics. But after about a year doing that, and I loved it.
Mm,
Maybe like 6 months to a year, the pandemic happened.
yeah.
So all the clubs wind up closing down.
Right. Yeah.
And it just so happened that I graduated right after that. And then, the pandemic happened. So I had like a 6 months to a year to kind of like just play video games and order DoorDash and gain about 50 pounds.
Yeah.
And
That. Well, that's the thing is like all the fast food places were really the ones that are not closed down. It was
Oh yeah, and
interesting, huh?
I was a I was a waiter, so I
Oh,
wound up not being an essential worker but still getting paid,
yeah.
and it was amazing.
Oh, I bet, man.
So it was amazing
That's
for my
amazing.
not for
I
my
bet,
health,
man.
not for my health, but yeah, we spent a lot of time
That's
in
funny.
this chair.
Oh,
But
man.
yes, we did a lot. I forgot the question, but
Oh, and I just asked if
it's
you did any comedy stand-up,
oh yes, and yeah, the pandemic
stand-up
happened, and
comedy.
I wound up just going straight into film, like
Oh, nice.
eventually. So,
That's cool, man. And then for film, what was your first film that you ever starred in, or just the first project jumping into?
um, the first project I booked was I believe a Christian series
Mm,
that, ironically, one of the people in the second or third installment of Bailey's Erosion, or this whole series.
yeah.
He was on that first project 3.5 years ago. This guy named Ethan,
Oh, okay.
Ethan Livers. But I wound up getting on that and just being like a day player. Did that, but my first feature role that really kind of like put me into this independent horror genre
Yeah.
was a feature called The Wendigo.
Mm,
And on like at that point, which I still do, is I'm just scouring NC filmmakers and actors or like the acting pages for casting calls,
yeah.
and I just saw like one casting call. I was like, oh, we're filming this thing called The Wendigo. Needs a influencer type
Yeah.
where you know the guy. It's a found foot. It was a found footage horror movie, and we're just the guy's holding the camera, but I'm like, I'm acting, but holding the camera, I'll do it. Why not? Like,
Right?
I wound up ruining so much footage from that
Oh,
movie
damn.
because I didn't know how to work the camera. But they were like, "You'll be fine. You're B cam. You just
Oh,
gotta
really?
act." And that was a really fun movie to be a part of. But
Interesting. Okay.
I actually still work with that director a lot, Jay
Oh, do you?
Ross.
Okay.
He's awesome.
So you were
But
on his good graces then, even after that.
yes, yes. Thankfully. But yeah, we've been working together a lot. But
That's cool, man.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so after that, leading up to where we at are now with Toxemia, what interested you to want to pursue this role, or how did this start with you being you're the main actor in this role, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how did this come about of you receiving this role?
I it's weird because about a year or two ago, um, probably like 2 years into my this whole acting pursuing thing,
Yeah.
I really started going after like messaging people or messaging production companies,
Oh, okay.
just putting myself out there a lot more.
Yeah.
And 6MP Films, they have an Instagram, and I wound up randomly just messaging Trisha and
Oh,
just saying,
cool.
"Hey, I'm interested in working together. Here's my stuff. Here's my reel. Here's my headshots. All
Yeah.
this." And ironically, she had already seen some of my, uh, or seen that I had worked with another production company that's based around Chicago,
Okay.
Acrostar Films, which I love them so much.
Cool.
And it just luck, I guess,
Yeah.
but it's all together because I mean, I think this industry is all luck. Like just putting yourself in the position to be lucky. And yeah, we talked for a little bit. She showed me Toxemia, and I really liked how dark it was, or how dark it could potentially get.
Mm.
And I really wanted to play this kind of like unhinged type of character.
Yeah.
Like because I'm a big fan. I don't know if you watch The Boys.
The boys. I have not. No.
It's on Amazon. Well, see, there's a character named Homelander in it,
Oh, okay.
and just that kind of energy is. If you ever watch The Boys, you'll know what I'm talking about,
Okay.
which I highly recommend. But yes, we talked for a little bit, and she wound up being like, "Yeah, you'd be perfect for this.
Oh,
Come on
man.
up." And so I wound up driving up there, and we had a good old time. And Toxemia came out, and yeah, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but
I have not. No.
Ooh, yeah,
I
I
know.
think I
I'm all
agree.
like, I want to see it. Do you know when it's coming out?
I know it's being premiered at the Chicago. Well, I think it's already went to a few film festivals, but it'll be at the Chicago Horror Film Festival,
Oh, cool,
and I
man.
think she might be. I don't know her plans after that,
Yeah.
but I would guess maybe just put it on YouTube because it's a short at the end of the day.
Oh, it is a short?
But yes, but once all the installments are out, it's going to be like probably around 30, 45 minutes,
Oh,
which is
wow.
nice.
Oh, yeah, it is nice. You want to share a bit about the story of the mo of Toxemia?
My character plays or Bailey is a dental student
Oh,
or
okay.
dent, and a lot of stress going on
Mm.
in what in his psyche and just through everything.
Yeah.
And without, I don't want to like give too much, but pretty much the way he internalizes all of the his emotions, you kind of see how it happens on screen.
Mm.
At least in the first installment, you definitely see um how he visualizes what's happening to him in his mind.
Mm.
And like I don't think this is giving away too much, but there's a dental chair that he's sitting in,
Okay.
but also he's kind of talking to himself as the dentist. So the way they interact is sort of like how his mind is kind of like battling
Mm.
itself through all the, stress and
Yeah.
unhingedness, which is was really fun to kind of like play two characters and show that dichotomy.
That's cr interesting. So it's kind of like him talking to himself in the chair, but he's the
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Very cool. Well, that sounds
And
pretty crazy, like just like a
it's
thriller, mystery thriller kind of.
yes. The first installment is pretty much a taste, but then once
Yeah.
the second and third ones, like you think the first one's unhinged, the second one and third, you're gonna be like, oh my God.
Oh, jeez.
Like you kind of see that decline of
Yeah.
mentalness, which
Oh
a,
man.
a lot of the goal of what Trisha and I believe 6MP Films is or the goal that they're trying to work towards
Okay.
is mental health awareness.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
telling a creepy story with a very gnarly
Yeah.
visual with very gnarly visuals is
Yeah.
effective.
Interesting, man. Well, thanks for sharing that. I do want to ask you, what was your most memorable experience being on the set?
Um, um, being in character unhinged is definitely like there are some BTS videos where I
Okay.
can kind of like see myself get into character.
Yeah.
Like where I'm just like, oh shit, I don't even remember doing that.
Really?
Like
Yeah, no way.
it's really fun to kind of like explore certain characters
Right.
and um whenever you're kind of like in the zone,
Mm.
sometimes you'll see behind the camera
Hmm.
and you'll see people do this. And some of my favorite moments are just like being done with the scene and then
Yeah.
thinking, "Oh my God, they were shaking their head yes."
As in, like, that was good.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And being
Like
like,
agreeing,
okay.
like that was good. That's
Or just saying,
cool.
oh, or me being like, oh, do you have any notes? Be like, no notes, you're good.
Yeah, you're
And
good.
I'm
You're
like, oh,
like,
thank
oh,
God.
thank God. I know, right? Like, okay, cool. That was good.
But aside from the filming aspect,
Yeah.
in between filming, uh, talking to everybody during meal, like while we're all eating, is
Okay.
also, I'd say, when filming isn't involved, those are my favorite moments because you get to really talk to
Oh
everybody
yeah. Yeah.
and just have a good time. You're all just eating
Yeah, man.
and just yeah, it's great.
Talking about
I love it.
every other projects that are in the works and everyone else. I mean, I feel like when you're on set with other filmmakers, there's always great discussions on what's
Mhm.
next coming out on their end
Yes.
or what they're working on. So that's always fun to talk
Hmm.
about.
Yeah, most of the connections and a lot of the roles I get actually have been through either recommendations or just talking to people
Yeah.
and being like not just, oh, we're, coworkers, I guess,
Yeah. Right.
but being like actually being friends with each other because you make such this is like one of the only professions where you get to like meet somebody
Yeah.
and like you're after that set, there's a potential to never see them again.
That,
But also there's potential to bring them to the next job and the
that's
next
right.
job
Yeah.
or like just stuff like that because
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, it's like ironically from Wendigo all the way like 3 years ago,
Okay.
there was a makeup artist named Jamie Apple.
Okay.
And through that, I'm talking to her. I want to be on another project.
Okay.
I wound up meeting this girl named Angel Bradford, which is an amazing indie horror actress. Just
Mm.
one of my best friends ever. I got to work with her.
Okay.
Through working with Angel, I got Acrostar. Trisha was able to see me work with Agristar. So everything kind of like connects in a way where if I hadn't have been on the Wendigo, I
Ah,
might have not even gone through all these uh, channels
there you
to
go.
get here. So
Yeah.
everything's like connected
Yeah,
and
dude. Everything
eventually.
happens for a reason for your
Yes.
purpose. Yeah, and there's like you said, there's certain things that we don't even expect to happen, but doors open up, and then when you know it feels right, and then all of a sudden you see more doors, you're like, oh man, like you said,
Hmm.
you did not know that if it wasn't for this project,
Hmm.
you wouldn't have gotten the rest.
Exactly.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I love those moments,
Hmm.
the unpredicted moments.
Yeah, just luck, man. I love it. I love luck.
Awesome, dude. So I do want to ask you, as an actor, what advice can you give future film actors, directors, just a little bit of advice on the industry of just by your experience?
Don't sit on your hands because there's
Mm,
so many actors that, um, for example, during the pandemic,
yeah.
or the strikes,
Okay.
which is more recent. During the strikes, everybody was kind of just like, oh, I can't. There's nothing going on right now. There's
Mm,
no things. There are no auditions.
mm.
But really, during that time, independent film was really booming. Like there was
That's
so many.
true. Yeah.
I
That's very
auditioned
true.
so much
Did you
during the
really?
strikes. Yes,
Oh, dude.
and it's just I only auditioned or was able to audition because I was looking for the auditions. If
Okay.
you're not, if you're just sitting on Actors Access
Yeah.
or backstage just waiting, but instead of waiting, you're kind of like looking, like trying to find people that are directors or production companies, messaging, being like, hey, my name's blah blah blah. Um, what's a good email for you? So I just wanted to send over my stuff.
Right.
And like I've gotten a lot of roles from just being like, hey, my name's Hunter Redfern. I'm just one to get your email so I can send over my stuff. Send my stuff. They're, oh, we actually got something that could fit you, and I won't even get audition. They won't even send me an audition. They'll be like, oh,
Really?
you're
They
good. You're
wouldn't?
good.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
like if people see you or see your reel
Yeah.
or and along with your headshots, and they're like, oh, well, this guy can act, obviously by his reel.
Mm,
This guy's got a great look. Why
mm.
not? Like we're gonna hire him, and that's happened like a lot. And it just like we talked earlier, like luck, like putting yourself in the position to be lucky.
Yeah.
People that are just sitting waiting on Actors Access or backstage and not really doing much, or trying to do much, are going to have less opportunities to be lucky. Like,
Yeah. Well, and I totally agree on you on that because if for you to have things happen, you have to take action. Because
hmm.
faith without works, there's nothing being done. So just getting out there, putting in the work, shooting emails out, and then all of a sudden
Hmm.
you get one or a
Hmm.
lot more. Yeah, and I love that you brought that up because I did this with the podcast last year or when I first started, where I didn't know much about podcasting. So all I did was send emails out to filmmakers,
Hmm.
actors, directors, and maybe I would not get a response in a week or two, but one would come through. And that's where it all started. Just that one of just like, oh wow, someone who
Yep.
said, sure, I'll come on. And after that, you get that
Hmm.
confidence of like, okay, well, let me put more out, let me put more
Yes.
emails out there, and then it just
Yes.
keeps flowing. But that's the thing. It's like if you don't put the action in your works, then
Hmm.
what results are you supposed to get?
I love that you said that because there are like another tip, I guess,
Yeah.
um, is not getting discouraged because for every email I've sent where I've booked something because of it, I've gotten 10 to 20 no replies. Like
Yep.
there, and also for every audition like that I've even found,
Mhm.
I probably haven't gotten 10, like 10 to 15. So it's
Mhm.
like a lot of people when they like send about 5, 10 auditions and don't get nothing or don't get anything
Yeah.
proper.
Yeah.
Um, they'll just be like, "Oh shit, I guess I'm gonna quit." Like,
Well, no, bro. You keep going.
but
Yeah.
yeah, and when in reality, it's like, "Oh yeah, that 11th one will probably be the one."
Could
Like,
be. Yeah. But that's true, man. And great in that you mentioned that is, yeah, just don't get discouraged after 10,
hmm
if you don't hear no answers from a lot of these emails you've sent
hmm
out, or don't feel like if you didn't get that part, this is not your journey. It's not for you. If you got a
hmm
response saying, sorry, we moved on with someone else.
hmm
Like, okay, well, if this part's not for you, then there's another or there's another film for you that's meant
hmm
for you. What's meant for
Yes,
you will come find you.
exactly.
It will it will happen. Yeah.
Whenever I get a message where it's like, "Oh, we went somewhere else," I feel bad for them because it could have
Missed
been
out on
great.
you.
Yeah.
That's right, man.
That helps my own psyche.
No, I've heard that. Yeah, I mean that's true. Like, oh, you missed out. Okay. But and that's the thing, man, is like, this journey, that's why I like doing Rhythm and Roads, because it's your story of just, going through also the beginning of it, but also the realistic of it is the fact, yes, you don't always get every email that you sent out of a yes, but
Mhm,
then you keep going on that road,
mhm.
that journey that you're on.
Exactly.
So I'm really happy that you are on this journey, still pursuing it, even after your share of no's and share of obstacles, you're still on
Mhm.
it, man. So.
Thank you, man.
Now, to get to know you a little personal before we close on the podcast, which movie out there do you really like a lot? I mean, I know there's so many, but which one that you kind of watched maybe when you were young, in your 20s? I don't know, just something you look up, you're like, man, every time I see that film, I just love it. Like, what's a really good film that you really like?
I there are a few. I really like Cloverfield.
That's a
Cloverfield
good one.
or
Yeah,
as
that
an
is.
at I'm a big found footage fan, which is I just love found footage horror.
Okay.
Like As Above, So Below is also really good,
I haven't seen
extremely
that one.
under. It's but Cloverfield loved it. I remember seeing that and be like in awe.
Yeah, Cloverfield's.
Um, oh man, I just watched the Minecraft movie and actually kind of liked it.
Did you like it? Yeah, I haven't
I
seen it.
did.
I heard good things about it.
I did like it.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Jack Black, so
Oh, are you?
we
Okay, cool, man.
yeah, Tenacious D.
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
you like Tenacious D,
I haven't
but
seen that one.
um, let me think. I did
Real quick, talking about Jack Black. You ever seen that movie High Fidelity?
no. What
With
is
Jack Black and John Cusack. It's a it's a story of him. John Cusack owns a record label store or a record store, and Jack Black's in it, and it's a comedy, but it's so good, dude. It's
I gotta
actually
see it.
Jack Black's young, somewhat young in that film. So
I
is John
gotta
Cusack. Yeah,
I gotta see it.
called High Fidelity. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
on I think on Amazon Prime or who.
Okay.
Yeah, but.
Um,
Any other films you might like, or you want to move on to the next question?
I'm trying to think of a like a nice comedy. I really liked This Is the End.
Oh,
Um,
dude, heck yeah, dude.
like I'm a big Eastbound and Down. Like
Ah,
Danny McBride, I think is a comedic genius, dude. I love Danny McBride.
that movie's
Like this
funny, dude.
dude, like his style of comedy is right in my wheelhouse. I
Yeah, yeah,
love it.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the scene I mean, I'm not going to give into details, but you know what I'm talking about, is when he's upstairs and
I was just thinking about the
you're thinking
same.
about the same one, right? And he talk about his
I'll do this
magazine.
everywhere. I'll do it over there. I'll do it over there. Dude, I remember seeing
Dude, I
that and
cracked
seeing
up
Seth.
so much.
Dude, you can see Seth Rogen
Yeah.
breaking. And so him like looking away during that scene. Oh my
Oh,
God.
dude, that's a great one, man. All right, last question. What's your favorite music band or music artist or what band or what kind of genre of music do you like?
Dude, I literally like everything.
Oh, do you? Cool, man.
Literally, except for like bluegrass,
Oh,
probably.
okay.
Um, I was just on set with Amber Hoffmeister and her
Oh,
husband
nice.
is the guitarist in Until I Wake.
Okay.
Uh, so I listened to their whole album on the way back from that
Oh,
set.
nice.
But what have I been listening to, man?
Anything
Uh,
on the top playlist of what you've been jamming out to?
I had a 15-hour drive recently, back from
Oh,
Chicago because
okay.
we did some stuff for the second installment of that Bailey's Erosion.
Okay.
And on the way back, I listened to all of Hamilton. So
Really?
I was jamming out to some freaking Hamilton, dude.
Oh, dude. Okay.
And,
Nice, man.
and I went from Hamilton to freaking like what was it? I was watching listening to NF.
Oh,
Then I
NF's
went
good. I like NF. I actually seen him in Vegas at House of Blues.
really,
Yeah, maybe
uh,
about maybe 7, 8 years ago.
really
Yeah.
that's a long time ago.
Oh
Holy
man, it was like
moly!
2016, 17.
Oh my gosh, that must have been like during one of his first albums.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was at House of Blues in at the Mandalay Bay. But he put on a
Wow.
good show, dude. He did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I have my phone right here with what I got. Let's
NF
see.
is cool. I like NF.
Tenacious D.
That's-
Um,
Did you ever get into like System of a Down or Blink 182?
no, no. Well, I've listened to them,
Yeah, yeah.
but I haven't like gone through their albums.
No, that's fine, dude. Yeah.
I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
I probably
Listen to
listen
a
to
lot of
podcasts
podcasts.
more.
Cool, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
All
podcast
right.
like this might we might be drunk with Mark Norman. I don't know if you listen to comedians or know comedians at all,
No,
but well,
I
Theo
li-
Von has a podcast.
yeah.
There's a bunch of podcasts.
Nice, man. Well, I really appreciate you, Hunter, for coming on Rhythm and Roads. It was a pleasure getting to know you. I know we had, um, not a lot of time, but hey, the time that we did have, it was a blessing, man. Just to have you on
Yeah, man.
your story, because your story matters. Everyone's story matters, and that's why it's a blessing that Trisha connected me with you and Kirsten. So
Hmm. Nice. I like you have two first names.
I know, right? Well, actually, it's Joshua, and then my middle name's Jacob. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, but I just saw I was like, well, I like both like that. My last name I don't use much because it doesn't really flow with what I'm doing.
Oh,
So I was just
gotcha.
like, I'd rather do Joshua Jacob.
Yeah, close.
At first I was thinking Josh Jacob, but then people are always like, oh, you mean that like little rhyme song or something like Josh Jacob?
Oh my
I was
gosh.
like, wow. I was like, all right, I'm
I'd be
singing to
so
Joshua.
pissed.
Yeah, I'm singing to Joshua Jacob. But
Hmm.
anyway, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's
So
fun, man.
thanks for coming on Rhythm and Roads, Hunter. Really appreciate you. I wish you all the best on your future projects in the works. And remember, don't give up, man. Like you said, just
Oh,
keep
dude, of
going.
course.
Don't give up. Pursue that. And yeah, looking forward to seeing Toxemia
Thank you, man.
when it comes
I
out.
think I thought we should ask Trish to give you a screener.
Heck
I
yeah.
think
I'll ask
so.
her right now at 11.
Tell her I said
Okay.
that I said to ask her. Tell
Okay.
her he's like, oh, Hunter told me to ask this to
Yeah.
get a screener.
Sounds good, man. I'll
Maybe
definitely.
she'll do it. But yeah, nice talking to you, man.
Yeah, man. No problem. Thanks for coming on.